Hi everyone, and welcome to Mystery Monday Live on Facebook. A big hello if you're watching the replay on Facebook or YouTube. Thanks all for joining me tonight or later on whenever you're watching the replay. My name is Lucia Byzantine and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Melbourne, Australia. Sorry, I'm just a little bit blurry here. Hope you can see that clearly. Okay, good. So tonight we are going to do an express walk through the new catalogue, and I'm still going to make a super easy card using some of the new designer series paper in it as well. So here we go, and we'll just start from the beginning. So this is the cover of our beautiful new catalogue. Now I hope that's not too, it is a little bit shiny for you, but I hope that's not too shiny. And on the front cover, they've actually used my favourite suite in there as well. So I did receive a big brown box today. And I have quickly tried to make up a few samples because it did only arrive late this afternoon. So they are super simple, I'm sorry, but I do have some there, which is good. Hi Jenny, how are you? So when we open it up, sorry, I'll just make sure I'm in view here. They have started with this gorgeous new suite as well. What they have also talked about on this page is take a sip. Now SIP just stands for stamps, ink and paper. So if you are wanting to get started with a new hobby, which is hopefully Stampin' Up, that is all you need to begin with, stamps, ink and paper, and that is it. So nice and simple. So in the catalogue they do talk about the family of our founder, who is Shelley. And her daughter Sarah is now our CEO as well, and this is something that's been in the catalogue since the very beginning. So even when I got my new first catalogue, all of these people were little people back then, so that's quite cute seeing that. Table of contents, so they talk about sweets, then it's all in sections, so there's all occasions, birthdays, love, thanks and support, Christmas time, artistic expression, then you've got your accessories and more, host and join, and then indexes at the back as well. So next they just talk about our stamps. So we have two types of stamps. We have a cling stamp, which are our gorgeous red rubber stamps, which they can get just beautiful detail with. And then they go to photopolymer stamps, which are our transparent stamps, which are great to align things when you're stamping as well. The other thing in the catalogue is just some of the little emblems they have next to things. So there is new, just to indicate new products. Hi Rails, how are you? Then they have reversible. So some of our stamps are actually reversible. So the back of them will stamp a complete image and then the front will stamp a more intricate image. So I'll show you those as we go through. There is also some distinctive stamps, which is a registered trademark to Stampin' Up as well. And that actually gives you, I can show you in one of my cards that I've made, because the stamp set on the front cover is a distinctive stamp. It's using one colour ink, but it actually gives you varying shades of that colour, which is gorgeous. And then there's a little clock, and they are quick and easy projects. So if you're wanting to make multiples of things or just wanting something really quickly, they're a great card to look for. I don't know how people usually store their colours. I store all my ink pads, like rainbow as well, so in the colour spectrum. And some people store them however, it doesn't really matter, but this is a great way. You can actually go buy this as well if you'd like to store them in the colour spectrum as well, and that just gives you our gorgeous range of colours as well. So there are 50 colours, so we've got the 4 families, and then we've got the 2 sets of in colours, and the in colours come in 5, so that's where we get the 40 from, 50 from, sorry. Now this is what actually started me off with Stampin' Up, and this page they're talking about perfectly coordinated, and that is what I love about Stampin' Up. Hi Joan, thank you for joining us. I didn't actually do any stamping before Stampin' Up, so I was actually really fortunate that I was able to purchase things that all coordinated together. I know that a lot of friends who had been doing scrapbooking and things beforehand always found it hard to find things to match their ink or ribbons or whatever, whereas because I started with Stampin' Up, I had everything at my fingertips. So I had my cardstock that matched my designer series paper, that matched my ribbons, that matched my inks, and it just makes creating so much easier. So that would have to be one of our biggest pluses, I think, in Stampin' Up, is the way things coordinate. And now what they do is they do particular suites as well. And so now our suites all coordinate together. So they've kind of been growing this coordination as well, which is wonderful. And like I said, it would have to be one of the best selling points. Like I said, it was one of the things that actually drew me to Stampin' Up initially as well. Next page are our kits. Now, I don't know how many of you have the catalogue in your hot little hands, but we don't actually have any kits pictured in the catalogue with prices. They are going to do it a little bit differently in this catalogue. Kits will be available for customers on the 1st of June, and they will all be online. So initially we are going to start off with 10 kits. And the kits are going to be fantastic because they are going to be all-inclusive kits. You will not need anything else to use them. There will be pre-cut pieces, step-by-step instructions. It's all nice and compact and portable, so you can take it anywhere with you, and great for gifts as well. So like I said, kits are available the 1st of June. There will be 2 price points. So there will be $33 for those that have stamping elements in them. So they will actually have a little stamp set in them as well, and a ink spot. But there will also be kits that will just be product based without the stamp, and they will be $21. So they'll actually be, for those that are a little bit intimidated by stamping, would be a great idea because there will be no stamping in them. So there will be all the other elements that you need to create your card. Like I would say this one here would be a non-stamping one, whereas this one here has got the stamp set with it. So again, a great way to start if you've got a friend that you think might be into Stampin' Up but you're not sure. It is it's a cheaper alternative as well, just to get them started, and so they can test the products out and see what they think as well. So kits are going to be fantastic. Like I said, pre-order for demonstrators has started already, but then it will go live for customers on the 1st of June. So this one here is our first suite. Now this I do love, and this is one that I did purchase during the pre-order. So these are some of the papers up close and personal. And then we go to the other side, and one of these are a little bit smaller because I've used it all up already. And that's the other side. So they're kind of all water washes, a little bit barky, more water washes on that side. And the other side is all very nature inspired, and great for masculine cards too. For those that struggle with masculine cards like I do, this is a fantastic fantastic set of DSP. So for that, I do have some cards I can show you that I have made, and this is the super easy card that we're going to make as well. So it actually does come with a stamp set as well, and there are some dies that go with it too, that cut out some branches, the treetops, some birds as well. So just gorgeous, and this is also a distinctive stamp, I would say. I'm not sure whether it says on it though, but it does give you shading, this one here as well. So some of the cards I have made. Now, some of these have been cased by other demonstrators. So I'll just move this out of the way and show you some of my cards. So that's one. And these are just some little mini versions that I am going to hand out with my catalogues, when my catalogues get handed out. So that's just using the twine and one of the sheets of paper, which was the one that was really quite diminished because I have been using it all. So it's got the trees on one side and it's just got the watercolour wash on the other side. So that's a cute one. Then I have, again, just quite simple. I know Father's Day is a long way off, but again, just to show you how simply you can make the card. And that's similar, but we've just put something in the centre of it that is from the Forever Flourishing, and I have just, with the blending brushes, done a little background on that one too. So the others that I have are these ones here. Now this paper is absolutely gorgeous, and you can get cards. That is what the sheet of paper looks like. So with the sheet of paper, what I would do is cut it in half down this way, and then you can get all your card fronts out of that. So out of the one sheet, you can actually get 6 cards from that. So like I said, just really quickly, I know we have only just started our tour of the new catalogue, but I will just quickly make a card just so that you can see how super easy it is to do it with our designer series paper. So I just have some, thank you Joan, I've just got some basic white. I have some cinnamon cider, which is one of our in colours. So the cinnamon cider I have cut to 14.35 by 10. So that will give us our first mount. Sorry, I'm probably down the page a little bit far here for you to see. I'll move along in a minute. Okay, so the designer series paper, I have cut that so it's 13.85 by 9.5. But what I also have is some of the cinnamon cider ribbon as well. So the ribbon, I'm just going to cut it so it's just a nice amount to go across the bottom there. And I'm using just some tear and tape to adhere the ribbon to the back. So I'm just popping a little bit of that on one side and a little bit on the other. So you just make sure I've got it lined up nicely. And again, I think I've mentioned this multiple times, I always use my grid paper to line things up because I do like things to be even, and I always have a ruler that lives next to me as well. But the grid paper is just as good. Okay, so once we've got the ribbon on that, I'm just going to pop some more glue, except for that's just finished. So we'll get our reserve. I'm just going to push that in just so it doesn't ooze out the sides. So pop this one onto the top of your cinnamon cider. Okay, and then I just have a happy birthday, which I will also stamp in the cinnamon cider. Happy birthday. Sorry, I just close this up so I don't put an elbow in it. And I've just got my little die that fits it beautifully. And bring my little mini out. So the stamp, the cut and emboss machine, and my dies. So again, I've got 1 and 2. Sorry, a bit dirty. Sandwich my die in between the 2 perspex plates. Put that through. Hi Jenny. Let's get rid of my plates. And then this little one here, I will just get some dimensionals and put them on the back. And I'll pop 3 on there because I'm actually sticking the dimensionals onto the ribbon. So just to make sure they do it here. Nicely, just give it that extra 1. And I've just got these little strips that were left over, so I will just put one of those strips on the inside of my card as well, just to pretty that up a little bit. There you go, and that's 1 card done. So how quick and easy is that? Like I said, designer series paper can do it all for you. So I've got 1 with the cinnamon cider, 1 with the Merry Merlot, and then I've got 1 with the Misty Moonlight. So both of those were in colours, and this one is one of our regular colours as well. So that just shows you how quickly you can actually make up some cards as well. So like I said, this is just going to be a very quick express tour through our catalogue. So this was another little set that I really loved. It's called Welcoming Window, and it's got all these gorgeous pieces, and it does come with dies as well, which give you the little window pieces as well. But you can actually cut out all the foliage as well, and then you've got these little bits that you can stamp for the flowers in there as well. So that's a great little set. So that's something at the bottom of the page. It will always tell you if a stamp set and die come as a bundle. If they come as a bundle, they didn't. If they come as a bundle, it will say at the bottom, and you do get 10% off. Sorry, just reading my comments. Yeah, like I said, some of those papers can be very deceiving because you look at them and you just think, yeah, not real sure about that. Once you get them into a card and add the other colour to them as well is the other thing. It does make a big difference as well. And the colours make a difference too as to what colour you put with it. Like out of all of those, I'm with John. I think the Misty Moonlight is the nicest one, and I do like the Merry Merlot as well, which is obviously why I made those 2 first and left my cinnamon cider to last as well. Sorry, I shouldn't use my least favourites last, but anyway. So like I said, that's another little good one there. Now, we were talking about reversible stamps at the beginning of the catalogue. So these are some of them. So one side of the stamp will give you the jar image, but then the other side of the stamp just gives you the full jar. So if you wanted to make it look like it had water in it, like it's got here, and this other little one, which is only the half. So if you've only got your jar half filled with water, you would use the full image and then this one over the top. And the same with this one here. So you've got the 2 sides of them too, which is just a nice little handy thing to have sometimes. Oh, now this is pretty amazing. I looked at this and did get a little bit confused by it. This piece here is just one stamp. Now I'm not sure, I think the days of the week are 2 different stamps as well. But what happens with this is, whatever day your month starts on, you can actually use, so say you're starting at Sunday, so you've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if Wednesday is the 1st, you would go from here to here and just ink up that middle bit of the stamp. Now, the bonus with that though is your 7 days will fit perfectly on your ink pad. So they've actually designed it so it fits the actual ink pad as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 6.5, and your ink pad is actually 6.5. So they've done an amazing job. I haven't ordered this one as yet, but when I do, I will most definitely show you how to use it, because like I said, I saw it sitting there and just didn't really understand how it was all working. But once I did see someone use it, it actually, all the lights went on and I realized what was happening then. So another little cutie is our little turtle. So this is our little turtle stamp here, and our turtle stamp actually comes with a punch as well. So again, when you're looking at the stamp set and at the page, at the bottom it will tell you that it comes with the stamp set and the punch, and you've got the 10% off as well. So you can buy them individually, you don't have to buy the punch, but if you do buy them together, you get that 10% off as well. And that was a little card that I made with him. So he's actually got a little party hat, which I've popped on him. I've put one of the in colour rhinestones on him as well, which I have also misplaced, which are with all the in colours here. So they're called in colour jewels. And just done, like I said, I received this package this afternoon at about 3 o'clock. So I have really done these super quickly. So my watercolouring in my grass isn't fantastic, but you know what? It's there. It looks okay. So that was another little one that I made today, which was quite cute. So let's just keep on going. Another one that really caught my eye was this little All for Baby. And again, it's a distinctive stamp. Excuse me. So when you're looking at these little ones here, these are all stamped with the one colour, but you can actually see the shading in them. I don't know whether you can see that, if that's a little bit better up there, just so that you can see the different shading in it, because it does come up beautifully. And again, it's a bundle because it does have the dies in that one also. So, okay. This one I really quite like too. I just like it because it's vertical. I love the vertical happy birthday. I love the little leaves on the branch here. They've also used it horizontally here too, but I just do like how it's all quite linear, that stamp set. And the other one that I quite like is this happy birthday one here, which I have. Kind of will give you a sneak peek of another card though, but so they're the papers from the front cover as well. And I've just stamped the happy birthday at the bottom. So again, super, super simple. It is just one piece of cardstock. I've got my card, I've got a piece of designer series paper, and I have stamped happy birthday on it. So you cannot get any easier than that. But can you see the gold in that as well? The veining in that is just absolutely beautiful. So that's another one. And new, so you can just see down here it does tell you that it's a new stamp with a little N on it. There are some other little markers in here as well. These are for $1 Million sales demonstrators that have done $1 million in sales, they actually get to work with our concept artists and get to design their own stamp set. So you'll see through it in a few places there will be that little symbol too, and they are demonstrators that have helped out with designing stamp sets. Now, I always find it hard to find sentiments, and I had completely overlooked this little one until someone had pointed it out. Like, I do love the flowers in it, but it's just got some gorgeous little sentiments. It's got your thank you and happy birthday, a hello you, some friendships are just meant to be, above and beyond, you go there a lot, may the good you do come back to you, and love you friend. And I just like the little font in that. I just thought that was quite a sweet little little set. And this is another one. Now you'll find, again, it's a bundle, so it comes with the punch and the stamp set. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more economic, if you go the bundles with the punches, you'll find that they're a fair bit cheaper than the bundles with the dies in them as well. So if you go like your little turtle one, you don't need to worry about having your cut and emboss machine. So if you don't have a cut and emboss machine as yet, the punch bundles are a good way to go, because you've still got some way to cut out your pieces without the expense of going to the cut and emboss machine. So, you know, there's always different ways that you can do things as well. Okay, so here is my favourite page. So this is the expressions in ink, and it is the alcohol ink with the blends, which was a technique I showed you a couple of weeks ago, I think. Well, I've just done these little bits, but these papers I have to show you are just gorgeous. So one side of them, don't know whether you can get that, has got the gold and the gold veining through it. So this is the one that I used on this card here. So I've just cut 1/6 of that and made my card there. The colours are just gorgeous, you're right. So there's that one there, and then there is just a gold stripe. And then the back sides of them. So the back sides don't have the gold on them, but it's still quite pretty. But the concept artists have done just a fantastic job. Apparently they were designing these when COVID had just started, and apparently getting all the isopropyl and things like that was actually very hard to come by at that stage. But they are just beautiful, beautiful papers. I do like those. So another card I have made using this set, I've used the stamp set, and I just wanted to stamp with all of the ink colours. So I just wanted to show you. So I have used, not all of them, but I did use 4 of them. So I've used the fresh freesia, I've used the pale papaya, I've used the polished pink, and I have used the soft succulent there as well. And then I have used that set again. So the same set I used for this one, I have used for this also, but I have done the happy in the larger font, and then I've done the birthday in the finer font over the top. And again, use those jewels on this one too. Yeah, Deborah, I'm with you. The Expressions of Ink designer series paper is just the best. So I will definitely be using that a lot more often and show you what we can do with the papers as well. Now, the other thing with the sweets, that I haven't mentioned, is you can actually purchase everything in the suite with just one order number. So the one order number up here will actually give you the stamp set, the designer series papers, and then it will give you this little pack here, which is an ephemera pack, but which is, I'll show you what you get in these little packs. So you do get some little sequins, but you also get 5 sheets of these. Sorry, the light's all glistening off that. So you get some frames. So they're both frames, and then you've got leaves, and almost like leaves and little wattles coming off them as well. But you actually get 5 of those. So 5 separate sheets. So that's a nice little buy. So when we do our next class, this is what I will be using, and we will use these gold elements with it as well. So just so that you know what's coming up. The other thing that it does, again, it comes in the bundle with the, so the suite is where you can order a whole heap of things. The bundle will just be the stamp and the dies or the punch. But in the dies, I don't know whether you can see, in the book, there's outlines around some of these images. And I will bring it up a little bit closer and see if you can see those. So some of these have got outlines on them. This one hasn't, and the sentiments don't. So what that means is when they've got the outline around them, it means there is a die that will actually cut those out. So when you look at this, this is the dies. So this one here, we'll cut that out. This one here, we'll cut the other little leaf out. And this one here is the whole 3. And it cuts the whole 3 flowers out together. But the other dies that come with this, which are absolutely gorgeous, are these 2 large ones here. Now I will show you those in a bit more detail, because I have cut them out of black. And like, they would be gorgeous on a card on their own. Thank you, John. How do you pronounce that word? Ephemera. Okay, there you go. I was pronouncing it wrong. So things that exist or are used or enjoyed for only a short time, which is the year that the catalogue is. So it's not that short. You've got a whole year to use them. But I just love those. So I will use these later, and I will make a card with them as well, so that you can see them made up in a card too. Because that was also another little favourite in that set. So let us keep on going a little bit further. Oh, now these ones, these are just nice little background stamps. And I quite like having little backgrounds on things. So if you've got your little happy birthdays and things like that, you know, you could stamp the back in quite a light colour, and then do your birthday in a darker colour on the top. Would look nice. Even as a background to flowers and things. I just think they're quite a little bit special, those ones. Now these ones I hadn't seen until someone else pointed them out to me. So there are these stamps which are background stamps, but again this comes in a bundle, and it does have dies, but the dies are gorgeous because the dies actually cut out a square then with the flowers and leaves in the centre of it, and you use these as the background. And then it's also got like a few little, you can see here just a few other little flowers and the heads of these flowers that it cuts out as well. So that was quite cute. So that's all squared away. That was another nice little one, like I said, which I just sort of had gone past and had not noticed. Now I think that's all I sort of had to mention with the stamps. So like I said, there's the 2 different types of stamps. There's the bundles, and then there's the suites. And then you can see if there's an outline around them, you know that there's the dies to cut them out as well. Okay, so then we go on to our colours. And our colours, we've got an extensive range of colours, which is gorgeous. They're divided into families, so we have brights, neutrals, regals, subtles. We have our basics and our in colours. When you're reading the catalogue, it can get a little confusing. So you've got all your colours going down, all your colours going across, and then down you start off with the A4 cardstock. Then you've got our classic stamping pads. you've got the classic Stampin' Ink refills, and then you've got the Stampin' Blends combo packs. So let me pull some out for you so that you can see what I'm talking about. I don't think I've got an ink in. Oh, I probably do, yes. So you've got your cardstock, which I don't have. I've got the wrong colour in the cardstock. But there's your cardstock in the A4. Then you'll have the ink. Then you'll have, these are the refills. This is quite an old one, but that is my cherry cobbler. And then you'll get the Stampin' Blends combo packs as well. So it gives you the whole 4 items there. And there's a different code for all of them. Okay. So the other thing that's here, which is quite good, is the our storage that we sell. The one thing I use is for the blends. And they are fantastic to store your blends in, because when you've got blends or markers, it's always best to store them flat. Yeah, John's gone into teacher mode. Sorry, guys. Yeah, always store them flat, because then if you're storing them flat, the ink is going to be, our blends and our markers have got dual ends. If you store them upright, all the ink will run to one end. It won't work quite as well through the other. So do store them horizontally, sorry, oh my God. Now the other thing that is new is we do have some soft pastels, which will give you a really lovely chalky effect. So that's new to this catalogue. And the other thing that's great is our Memories and More. So our Memories and More, you get an album, you get some pages, and then you get all the little bits that you can put in the pages. So they're the little packs, the card packs, which are $17.50 that you can pop in. And for those, you get 52 cards in those, of varying sizes as well. So that's another great little thing. Now I am just going to flick a little bit. So there's our papers. And it will tell you the sizes of them. Most of them will be 30.5 by 30.5, but there is a little Christmas set here, and that is 15.2 by 15.2. So most of them in Old Language are 12 by 12 inches, whereas the Christmas ones are 6 by 6 inches. And the other ones that come smaller are the plain coloured designer series paper that come in the Brights, Regals, Naturals and Subtles, and in the in colours as well. So we do have some specialty papers as well. So there is a pearlescent paper. There is a rainbow glimmer paper, which we've had before, but there is also now an ombre specialty paper. And number 6 is the in colour vellums as well. Vellum's always beautiful to work with because it's so light. The other papers that we have are a gold and a rose gold specialty paper, which look like they are actually metallic as well, which would be gorgeous. The other thing that's new, which I had completely skipped as well, on our basic papers page, there is a linen paper. So it's square, it's a 30.5 centimetre by 30.5 centimetre. It's a linen effect, but the other thing about this is it actually has an adhesive back. So if you're using it to cut your dies out of, you can just peel the back off and stick it down. So for something like these dies here, it would be perfect, because you don't have to worry about how you're going to adhere your dies then to the page. Another little cute new thing are some little mini jam jars. So you get 6 little plastic jars for $15.75. They're only small, so they're only 5.1 centimetres tall, and the diameter of the top is 6.4, so they're actually quite squat and round as well. So, and some little treat boxes. Sorry, just got to read what numbers they are. Number 7. And they have got a gold foil lid on them. And then there's also these little scalloped craft treat boxes as well, which are new, which are quite cute. Okay, then you come up to ribbons. There's always gorgeous ribbons. The open weave ribbon that comes in the Newing colours is absolutely gorgeous, I must admit. So this was the little pack I was talking about as well. So they're the little frames. We'll bring that up again because, like I said, we will be using those in our class. So they're the little frames here and the little sequins as well. So that's quite cute. There are some bee trinkets and some little flowers. And then there's just all our little accessories and gems and things like that here. Gold leaf. We have also some brads are new. I haven't seen brads for years, so they'll be interesting to see what people start doing with those. And a lot of little elements that you can use for shaker cards too, which is a good thing too. Shaker cards are always nice. Stampin'Up. And then we're going into accessories, so you've got your clear blocks that you use. Now the other thing I was going to show you too, okay, I'll keep on going and I'll have to remember to tell you. I'll bring it closer to me so I remember it. So once we get to the back, it will actually tell you where in the punch section, it will tell you which punches come as a bundle as well. So if you're looking at buying the punch, sometimes it's nice to actually have the stamp set that goes with it. So there's a few of those. So there's my little turtle one. But then there are punches that just come on their own as well. Okay, and some more punches. Then we have our basics, our cutting tools, our take your pick tool, sorry, paper snips. The other thing that I wanted to mention though is when you are doing quite intricate dies like this, take your pick tool actually comes with a die brush tip as well. So the die brush tip comes with 2 foam pads as well. So what you would do is once you've cut that out, you pop it on there and you just roll this over it, and all those little bits from the inside will actually come out then as well. So the take your pick tool is actually quite invaluable because there are so many little bits and things that you can do with it. So what this does is that screws out, and then your putty end of your take a pick tool just goes back in again. Okay, so that's a good little purchase as well. Then we have our embossing folders, and then we come to our dies. So the dies are what you're going to use with your Stampin' Cut and emboss machines. So we do have the large one, which is, sorry, I've got to check the price out here. Oh, sorry, is $209, and then the mini is $104. So like I said, that's where sometimes, I mean, they're absolutely fantastic, don't get me wrong, but that's where your bundles with the punches come in handy as well, because you're not having to worry about that. But in saying that, once you've got it, then you can buy all these gorgeous things to go with it. And I don't know whether you've noticed, in my catalogue, I've got a lot of things highlighted in pink. What I do with my catalogue is I do highlight everything I have, because then when I go to order new things, I'm less likely to double up. So good little tip in your catalogue as well is probably just to highlight what you have, because sometimes if you've not used something, it's sort of easy to double up on things. Not that that happens often, but it can. So again here, it does give you all the bundles first. So all the stamp sets that coordinate with the dies, and there are loads of them in this catalogue. And then you have all the dies that are just standalone. So these ones are new, which are just edgings. And the other one that's new is Give It a Whirl, which does little, now I'm probably not going to be able to find this card now. There was a page with a little spaceman. So it was a little kid's card. I will have to find it for you now, because this die does a wonderful job on it. And I don't even know what you call it, but you can spin, here we go, you can spin it round. So it's got this little spinner inside of it, which you'd put your brad in the middle of it, so then it would spin. You've got your little segments that the die cuts out, and the little piece here, the little semicircle, so then you can actually spin it from there and all your little images come up. So they've actually stamped the little rocket and the dog and the planets on that one. So that's a cute little die as well, which if you were just looking here, you would just go straight past it and you wouldn't even realise what it was, because I've done the same thing. And the other cute little one that there is this one down here, which just cuts out all the bits from in the middle. So you've still got all your circles you can use, but then you've got this piece with all the circles out of it. So again, if you've got a really cute little stamp set with the little animals and things, you can have all the animals sticking out of all the holes as well, which looks great too. So they're dies. Then all your adhesives, which are all very important. And I think I've sort of gone through, if you go back a few lives, you'll see all of those. Couple of promotions that we had as well. So there's the joining Stamping Up. So at the moment, if you were wanting to join my team, it is $169 and you'll actually receive $283 worth of products. So if you're getting a huge wish list and would like a little bit of a discount, if you do join, you do receive a 20% discount. So when you're looking at $283 worth of product for $169, it's actually a good thing. So what happens if you do join is you do, to retain your demonstratorship, you do have to sell $460 or $65 per quarter, and that will keep you being a demonstrator and still receiving that 20% off. If you find that's too hard, it is not a problem. There's no commitment. You can just drop if it does get too hard. But I have had a couple join lately and they've not had any problems at all, especially with the new catalogue coming out. It is easy to make up the dollars. The other promotion that's going at the moment is a host promotion as well. So if you are wanting to host a party and your sales are $400, you receive 10% in stamping rewards, which is our regular reward. But from the 4th of May to the 14th of June, you'll actually receive an extra $40 as well. So that's a good idea too. So if you've got, a few friends that want to order some things, and you can get it up to $400, to get an extra $40 is a great little bonus as well. And then if you do become a host, there are a few little things at the back of the catalogue that you can order. So these stamp sets are specifically for hosts. And this year they've actually done some designer series papers as well. So they are full size, so they're 30.5 by 30.5, and you get 48 sheets, which is pretty amazing as well. The back of the catalogue, you have your index for stamps, and then you have your accessories index as well. So that is kind of the end of our catalogue tour. I don't think I had anything else. If you have any questions, please ask. I would be happy to help you. So, no, definitely happy to help. If there's anything you're unsure about, or something you'd like to see again, or even something that you would like me, that that I've got now, that you would like me to demonstrate on a Mystery Monday, please let me know, and I would love to demonstrate it for you and make a card. So that is my site here. If you are popping in an order, do use my host code, as you will go into the draw for a prize as well, and there's some lovely little prizes that get given away. That's it. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I shall see you next Monday. Thank you very much. Bye.